Hi, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com, and today I'm with Timon Kyle Durrett, and you guys know him as Davis West on Queen Sugar, of course, and Luvell on the show Stuck With You. The
Yeah.
season 2 premieres tonight, right, on All
It,
Black?
yep, on All Black. It's airing now, streaming now, and I'm already, getting a lot of attitude about certain things and everything. I'm like, I haven't even seen it. They're like, well, you better do this, better do that. I'm like, look, man, y'all give me a little grace and a little break real quick. Let me just be a human. They be taking it out on the actor
I
and
was
not the character.
I was gonna ask you about that because you play these characters, and it's funny because I also do watch Queen Sugar. So sometimes I'm
Mhm.
watching the show and I'm like, no, why he do that? Why Davis got to do her like that? Then I'm like, you know what? He's not that. Oh God, he's bad again. But the way you play the character, right? It's like you're so good at it, it almost makes a person want to like approach you like, when you gonna do her right? Do you get that?
All the time. All the time. I mean, you get the little old ladies. This one day I was in the post office and I'm just standing in line, and this lady finished whatever she was doing and she was walking out. And as she walked out, she backhand popped me on my arm. And as I turned around, she gave me the little finger wave and walked out. I was like, what was
Like, what
that?
do I do, right?
But people tell me that just means that you're really pulling at the heartstrings. Because when I'm on camera, I like to really, really, really dig in. I'm not the kind of actor that's embarrassed to, do whatever or to not do whatever. I want it to be. I want to convey as believable a message as possible. So if folks are getting mad at me, that means that I
You're
help
doing
my
something right.
character do what it needed to do.
But in both cases, though, you are playing characters that in their worlds, they are famous, popular people, right? So
Yeah.
do you feel that you have any commonality with those characters beyond fame?
Um. In some cases, yeah. In the world of Davis West, I've experienced. Sorry, my phone was chiming. I have experienced hardships in relationships and being shunned because of past misdeeds or transgressions. Nobody's perfect.
Mhm.
In the world of Luvell, I've been in relationships where Luvell and Candace really love each other, but they're just bumping heads. It's like they can't really kind of find that common ground. um, he's enamored with her. She loves him, but it's this, I guess part of it is ego.
Yeah.
It gets in there. So with me, I've been in that situation where you're just trying to navigate through all the different things that relationships come with. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. So I am currently re-single.
I think what's interesting about the characters, and we'll talk about Lavelle, is that in some ways, I mean, good or bad, I mean, it's very relatable. So it does make people have to sort of dig into themselves. So it's like
Mhm.
we're having our own conversations at home. Like, man, that was just a little too real for me right now.
Yeah, it gets real, but part of it too is working with actors and actresses that are very inspirited and dig in and very talented and focused on camera. Really cool people off camera, but on camera they exude this stuff that makes me want to step my game up. So, I mean, I've been very fortunate and blessed to work with people that I've come to be very good close friends with and colleagues and potential business partners. Got some things brewing with a few people that I've worked with, but it's just it's really good to work with people who basically care about what they do and what they give to people.
Yeah, and on a network that cares. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And you're working with such strong women and just talented women like Vivica A. Fox, AJ Johnson, Shanice. It
Mhm.
goes on. What do you take away from those experiences? Beyond, you said friendships, of course, but what do you take away from them?
The work ethic. I've admired Vivica's work. One of the favorite films I watched her in was Set It Off. AJ Johnson, I like I said, just to be actually working with these women, I've watched them for a long time,
Hmm.
on film. And then Shanice, and I already admitted this, and Flex, don't jump on me, but I used to have the biggest crush
Oh.
on Shanice back in the 90s. I mean, it was just it was beyond. I was like, I was trying to get people to introduce me to her. I just want to do her video, thinking that she might be my girlfriend if she met me or something like that. Didn't happen, of course. But.
That's so cute. And I mean, honestly, you do really have the biggest flex because we're talking about one job you got, then your second job, you get to talk about, or be friends with or exist in a world very tangibly where Oprah and Ava DuVernay as well. So what do you take away from that experience? Because ain't too many people that can say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I still think today. I actually was with Ava today for a little bit, just for about 30 minutes. Not even. Just had to, take care of some things. But, I watch how graceful Oprah Winfrey is, and how seamlessly Ava DuVernay works. Like I can't say she's anything short of a genius. Like the way that she retains information and can have all these moving parts going at one time and can just, it's like a mental octopus. Like, how do you manage all of that stuff? Like, as an actor, there's a lot of stuff you have to, think about, but she is like on another level. And I just, I look at what they do. I look at their work ethic and how they have this stick-to-itiveness, but they have this level of grace and calm and poise and this ethereal quality to them that I want to employ. That because growing up, I had this aggression growing up, and on the south side of Chicago, you have to grow up and fight and know how to do all this stuff, and you don't want to take that into your life. And I recognize their level of calm and zen and chill, and everything is good as long as you keep a level head. And I like that about them. They're never really on edge.
Yeah,
just very even, and it helps me to, performance reflects leadership. Period. In many cases, and to see that, to finally have met Oprah. The first time I met Oprah was during the table read for Queen Sugar.
That early you got to meet her. That's awesome.
I'd never seen her in person, and I'm from Chicago.
I'm originally from Chicago myself.
Oh, where? Where about?
You're gonna say you're not from Chicago because I'm from a little. Because I know you're from Chicago. Look at you. You ever heard of a little town called Country Club Hills, Illinois?
Oh yeah. My cousins stay out there. I used to stay out there all the time.
Oh well, see, then you know where I'm from. Then, so
we'll get there. That's Chicago.
Thank you. You're the only person in the world that'll admit it. But thank you. Finally, I feel validated.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. But people be like, "Oh, I'm from Zion." Like, you almost in Milwaukee. What are you talking about?
I've heard Joliet say they're from Chicago. That's not gonna work.
Joliet. I mean, we'll give you those few. I mean, it's like it's on the peripheral. But some people say, "Yeah, I'm from Chicago," and I say, "What part?" And they say Gary. I'm like, I get it. That's real close, but that's another state. That's another state. So
that can't work. That can't work.
No, you can't claim Chicago. You're Chicago adjacent.
Yeah, but I love what you said about their work ethic and learning from them, from how they approach things and they're not on edge. I mean, I know I can similarly to you. I can relate to that. My experience became more from like retail. You can't work with customers and just start wanting to bash people in the head. You have to resolve things calmly, right? But so I relate to that, and I appreciate that, especially from people at that level. It teaches you something. I mean, there's a reason why these people are where they are. They're not acting crazy.
Yep. There's a level. They say, you want to keep your head cool and your feet warm because you can't achieve many things with a hot head and cold feet.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying? You can't be too aggressive and you can't be afraid. So keep your head cool and your feet warm. And it's just something that an older gentleman told me. He said, brother, you can't achieve much with a hot head and cold feet. Can't be all angry and you can't be afraid. So there's also a level of confidence, that Ava DuVernay and Oprah Winfrey and Patricia Cuffy Jones, working with these Black women who have their own thing and they're confident in that. And that, it just rings true. And when something rings true to you, to me, it's more attractive when something is authentic and and it is real. It's not something that's pretentious or it's pretend or someone's trying to put on airs. I don't see any of that stuff, and it makes me comfortable because I know you're not being fake and phony with me. So that's why it's very there's so many little nuggets in it that makes me love working with these people.
Yeah.
These women especially, but just the men and the women, but having Black women at the helm of these shows that allow me to stretch and spread my wings and give what I have to people and to have it come back to me with a warm reception. It's just, it doesn't get much better than that,
Mm-hmm.
So,
And there's something I saw you say in another interview where you said at some particular point you were kind of like ready to give up acting in Hollywood. And then all of a sudden you get both of these huge opportunities. You're a main lead actor and, you're super focused on you, and you're so important and into each series. Like, how did that feel when you're kind of like at a point where like, you know what, let's just go back to, let's just do something else. And then everything just kind of comes rushing. Like, it's almost like an overnight, not to you really, but it looks like an overnight success.
Yeah. As it said, behind every overnight success, there's 20 years of hard work.
Right.
And, when I was with Queen Sugar, for instance, I was actually online December 2015 applying for a job, because I don't want to go into all the details, but it just felt like nothing was working out, and I tell people I'm not ashamed of it. My unemployment was canceled. My food stamps were canceled. I almost got evicted 2 years in a row. I couldn't drive my truck. My truck was broken into. My bike tire got flat. I had to sell stuff to keep a roof over my head. I would make, a few cans of soup and some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and almond milk stretch a whole week. And, I was filling out the job application and, those little spaces where it's the asterisk, it says you have to fill these out. And it kept saying something was missing. So I would try to edit that and it would delete it and wipe out everything. So I had to start all over. And I did that 3 times and I was just almost in tears. And I said, God, I don't have anything else. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, my phone was updating and 10 seconds, literally, after I said that little supplication, my phone, the little symbol pops up to let you know that the update is done. And I had a almost 2-minute voicemail from my agent saying that you're flying out tomorrow to read for Queen Sugar. Wow. And it just, I tell people all the time, sometimes when you're in your darkest moment, that is a test of your fortitude and your gratitude. Mm-hmm. You got to be grateful for what you have, but you have to be resilient enough to go after more. And I flew out the next day and flew back the day after I got there. And it took a while for me to get the confirmation that I had booked the role. But every day, still going through things. I had a flea infestation. I had a spider bite on my neck. I went septic almost, had to go to the emergency room. It was just one thing after another. I slept on an air mattress for 2 years. It had a leak in it. It was just so much going on. And I kept saying, I don't care who they read. I don't care who they see. Ava DuVernay doesn't see anyone but me playing the role of Davis West. And when she finally called me, that's exactly what she said.
Really?
She said, I don't see anyone but you playing Davis West. So I tell people this, mm-hmm. Always, always, always speak what you want. Mm-hmm. Do not talk about what you don't want. Do not focus on the negative. If it's something that you want, don't say that I hope I get this. Say I have it. Mm-hmm. Because I kept everything that I said. I did that mantra. I'm telling you, I said that mantra hundreds of times a day because I had to walk everywhere I was going. So I put my headphones in so people wouldn't think I was crazy talking to myself. And I would just repeat it over and over and over and over and over and have to walk to the gym or to my mailbox or to the grocery store. And when she said that back to me, it resonated to me. Right now I'm getting that, you get that chill. Yeah. Every time I tell this story, I get that chill because I remember when she said that to me, I'm like, that is confirmation. I will never speak negativity in my life again. Oh, so, man. To anyone who's aspiring to do anything, acting or otherwise, do that. And you might not get the results the first, second, even the 20th time. But if you keep doing it, if you take one splinter out of a tree, eventually it's going to come down. So
that is an amazing takeaway. That is really one of the best things, first of all, that I've heard all year. And
Oh,
it's
word.
something refreshing to hear, you know, with this pandemic rolling out as well. And that was very, very inspiring. I really appreciate you for that, man. I just, I didn't know that could happen, you know.
Yeah, it's
you know,
a lot.
Yeah, that is, wow, that's amazing. And I mean, actually now, and it all really makes sense because you're also an author.
Yes.
And I mean, I guess the title of the book, I mean, is it like self-referential pretty much seems like?
Yeah, it was just one day. The title represents the feeling and the notion that I got that Sunday morning when I started writing it. You know, like, you know, when I say in my book, there's one person that you can never lie to, no matter how much you try.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when you become brutally and blatantly honest with yourself, you're in a better position to navigate through the you-ness of you. You get what I'm saying? Like the things that make you tick, the things that, you know, that you are comprised of, when your constitution, if you will. Mm-hmm. And I just had that moment of clarity and honesty with myself, and I just stopped and said, what am I doing? Mm-hmm. Who am I? Why am I doing this? Why do I feel that way? And I tell people, I say, your emotions are your emotions. You can feel how you want. No one has to know that you're jealous or sad or afraid, but you need to know it, and you need to know why, and you need to know how to navigate and understand those emotions. Mm-hmm. And sorry for that. I think there's something going on close by for the sirens and everything. But you know, the book, you know, Who the Hell Do I Think I Am? I don't know if you need to bleep that out.
No, but I don't have to. That's not too bad.
It's just a brief self-assessment written in first person that just allows a person to be really honest with themselves.
Did that feel vulnerable though? Because this is very like, I mean, I'm sure it's cathartic, but at the same time, that has to feel kind of open.
Well, I mean, vulnerable, like I said, you know, the title of the book is Who the Hell Do I Think I Am? Mm-hmm, to me. So you can have these conversations in your mind. You can have them, you know, with someone. You know, for me, writing the book, every chapter that I wrote, I was by myself because I was literally speaking these things. Mm-hmm. You know, I've dealt with insecurity. I've dealt with anger, resentment, bitterness, you know, fear, mm-hmm. you know, loathing, depression, you know, just different things. You know, when you have all this stuff hitting you in your life, you know, a lot of people look and say, oh, he's this shining actor and he's right. Like y'all don't understand. You know, I'm still a human being that I've gone through some things that actually, you know, have brought me to here. I may not always like how I got here, but I like who I am because of my journey. So,
oh man, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's really interesting because your journey may, I mean, in some instances, some people would, you know, take a hard left and just go another way with it and be like, you know, well, I deserve this because, and be completely arrogant and everything and just have a different attitude. You're just out here just trying to impress upon other people that they should be grateful for who they are and do better, really. And I think from what I take away from your messages, it's really like wherever you go, there you are. You know, people say that sometimes. So you have to really be very self-aware and try to improve upon that.
As best as you can, best as you can. I mean, you're the only you that there is.
I mean, seriously. Yeah.
Try to make it the best one. Do your best to make it. I don't like to use the word try. Do the best that you can to be the best person that you can be. And the more you practice, anything you practice, you get good at. So when you practice speaking positivity and you practice these different things that make yourself for you first, right? You make yourself a better person for you, not for anyone else. You know, because whoever you are, there's always going to be someone who will love or like you or want to hang out or whatever. But be the best person that you can be for you first, and you'll start to see that authenticity will permeate into, you know, the ether that is surrounding you, and you'll start to attract different things, better things, newer people, fresher thoughts and ideas, and things will start to come. You know, you have to have a mental fortitude and gratitude. Those two things right there are pretty much the pillars of how I do a lot of things just within my career and other things too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Yeah, exactly. Just a life, you know. Yeah, that's good. That's a good balance. And so what would be your dream role? Let's, you know, get to the acting.
I always said I wanted to star in I love zombie stuff. And I want to star in a zombie apocalypse film shot in Chicago during the fall.
Keep it back home.
Back home, back at the crib. Yeah, you see, people from Chicago know that's what we call Chicago. Just so everybody know who's not from Chicago, if you hear someone say, I'm from the crib, people from Chicago, that's what we say. Yeah, I'm from the crib. So I
just throw it out there. See, I
Chicago. I'm gonna give it to you. You Chicago.
Thank you so much. And I mean, I know you've got a ton of stuff to do. I just want to, again, just let everybody know that the show is actually premiering tonight. I'll make sure this is up tonight, so they're going to watch it.
It's streaming now.
It's streaming. Oh, right now. Okay. So it's right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, you have to watch Stuck With You guys. Season 2.
Season 2. Stuck With You. All black.
My fellow Chicagoan, Timon Kyle Durrett. Thank you so much for speaking with me. And thank you so much for the kind words and the inspiration. I mean, we thought we were talking about TV, and then here you go, being a motivational speaker and everything.
Yeah, well, I want to touch people as best and as much as I can. So
you're definitely doing that. I mean, just beyond your art. I mean, you're definitely someone that, I mean, you're just an amazing person. And I really appreciate this time that you spent today with me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. We got to do it again.
Definitely. Thank you so much. And take care and good luck with everything. You're great. Thank you. I enjoyed that.
Peace out. Shot town, stand up.
Shot town.
Later.